be where the camera might move. Move that out of the way. Alright. So for Christmas, I got this Discovery plastic engine. I kind of need two hands to make it go, but it has this battery box with two holes on each side. Basically, it's like a headphone jack. Okay. I had two rechargeable batteries in here, but obviously they died, so I got these used batteries from Dollar Tree, which they'll work. They don't work in my Xbox controller. They're too weak for that. But anyways, it's a 4-cylinder. You got your 4 spark plugs. You got your exhaust, water pump, fan belt, and the main pulley coming off the bottom of the motor, carburetor, and intake, and all that other stuff. This is what spins it. It's in here, the little battery electric motor. It was a pain in the butt to build. I had to take it apart a few times because I kept having these backwards, and there's a piece broken here, but this holds this piece in, and there's got to be a couple of screws internally that are missing, because I didn't screw something in before I put the valves and everything in that's on this part. So I wanted to do that, and I'd have to take this all back apart, take the valves completely out, and to do all that, and I didn't want to do that. But and it functions without it. Yeah, you get a big gap here because it's loose. I would say that screw there is loose, but to get to that, you have to tear all this down, which means the crankshaft and the pistons would have to come out. Then, guess as the timing belt in the front moves, it moves this rod up here with the valves and the rockers, and this is where your spark is. Derek likes to call these things the lightning hoses. So I guess this would be the distributor. But there's what I say is not a complete engine, because you don't have a radiator, you don't have an alternator. There'd be an alternator connected. And fuel lines for the carburetor. There's no air filter. So there are things that are missing on this that a real engine actually has. And you don't have where's the coil? Or coil packs. Because this is carbureted, so it would have, I don't think it'd have a coil pack. But anyways, we'll plug one side in. If I remember right, when I turned it off last night when I was messing with it, cylinder 1, 2, 3, and 4, but they don't fire like, I can make them where they fire 1, 2, 3, and 4, but that's not how it says in the instructions. I was having binding up issues when I first put it together because there was a gap. The pistons, when they come in half. So you have to put it together to make them round. Well, there was a gap in between, which was keeping it. It does bind up every now and then. Fire, 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 and then fire. That don't sound right. Fire, 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 fire. I don't know, it's just weird. But yeah, as you can see, it is binding, it binds up in there. But you had to think it's plastic. And there's the timing belt. And there's the motor. Valves opening and closing. Some of them I don't think move. One day I'd have to take it, valve cover off and run it without it. And there's the fan belt. This is considered the water pump, which doesn't move. So now it's going to bind up. Which I was hoping it wouldn't do that. That's why it took me so long to take this video. But you can hear the plastic crunching in there. I'm hoping that when it's doing it, it's working its way in. It is a little noisy. And then you just unplug these. I want to make it so that you can plug it into like a cell phone. Make it USB so you can plug it into the computer and run it. That'd be kind of cool. And then it came with some extra parts, as you can see down there. There's the box, the instructions, and two belts. One's a timing belt, one's a fan belt, and some screws. It did come with a little screwdriver, yay big. Let me see here. I did take some measurements yesterday, and today is December 28th. It's Wednesday. There's time and the weather here in Virginia, my part of Virginia. Let's see. I could go on my other phone. It is, I guess, 9 inches. Yeah, 9 inches going from, I think, this way. So it's 9 by 11.5. So yeah, I think 9 inches going this way, 11.5 going this way, and 9 going that way. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I've always wanted one of these, but to tell you the truth, I thought they would be bigger than this. This is just a 4-cylinder. I wanted the V8 version. Well, that might be a little bit more of a project, because a V8 is a V. This isn't V-shaped. This is a straight 4-cylinder. A V8 would be like cockeyed, and it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side, and then the other way would be 5, 6, 7, 8, and then of course you'd have 4 more of these, pretty much 4 more valves, and then 4 more exhaust valves, 4 more pistons, same crank, bigger. Well, it'd be bigger, but be going through the block like that, and the block would be a V. This isn't a V. So basically, the pistons would be going this way instead of up and down. We'll show you the instructions. Here's what it is. Mind-blowing. It's definitely mind-blowing when you go and sort out all the pieces, and then pieces are not where you think. Parts and pieces are not in baggies where you would think they would be at. There's the contents of some of the parts. See, where's the pistons? See? Half piston. You gotta put those together. This is my problem. I was looking for the piston pins. I thought they didn't come with it. It's because they fail to tell you that it's in the bag with some, it's in a different bag. And the instruction book opens up like a map. So this is how you do it. 1, 2. See, this step was easy. That step was easy. Got a little complicated there, but I figured it out. The top part, this is where I got screwed up, because I couldn't find those pins. And as you can see, the pistons, how you have to put the pistons together. See, that's 4, 5. See in the center here where this line is? There was gaps there, and that was binding it up. Then you put this part on. And then, I don't know if I had that on backwards or not, but I had that on backwards. And then you put the valve cover on and the screws. Not valve cover. Gasket. And put that on. This is where I screwed up. These 6 screws should have gone on to this first. And then you put those on. But now if you did that, because you have to put these on. And then you put the valves connect underneath the rods. Which would be... doesn't even show you. Oh yeah, it does. On number 7. You have the intake valves, which is smaller than the exhaust valve, and you got to put those on that side. But though, oh, that's 7 continued. Okay. Let me see. Let me turn it around. Now I got to open it up. So we're on 7 continued. And then this is when you put the just the camshaft in. See, there usually be a gasket there too. And then the cylinder head. Then you put the rockers on. Then you put the valve cover on the top. And then at that point your motor's built to blocking that. 12, where's 12? Then you start putting the timing gears on, the timing belt, timing cover, water pump, and then the pulleys, the fan, and then the gear that spins the motor, and then the motor itself, and then the cover, which I didn't do it in that order. I did this step first, and then there's the firing order, 1, 3, 4, and 2, and then back to 1. And then you put that piece on, which lights it up. And then you put the exhaust on. And then you put the manifold. And then 20 continued. Then the carburetor. And then batteries, and plug it up. And then there you go. And then you got a complete running Discovery mind-blowing plastic engine model. There's safety warnings if you want to look that up. But yeah, I thought it was pretty neat. I got it for Christmas, and I was like, that's pretty cool. Got some other things for Christmas too. I got those from the Christmas Story. I got an Xbox One controller and a nightlight leg lamp. And I bought the train for myself. It's not real, it's cardboard. Thank you. That later. So, thank you for watching. If you have a comment, please leave one.